Tariffs and their benefits. More tariffs or smarter taxation? The US isn't moving away from tariffs anytime soon. With rising economic nationalism, tariffs will remain a key tool for governments seeking both economic protection and political leverage. As global supply chains become more politicized and countries look to reduce reliance on foreign adversaries, tariffs are often the first line of defense. Yet, despite their growing use, their true potential remains largely untapped. Rather than layering tariffs on top of income tax, policymakers could consider a bold alternative: replacing income tax with tariffs. This would shift the tax burden from individuals and businesses to imported goods, encouraging domestic production and consumption. It's an idea rooted in simplicity and economic nationalism, rewarding homegrown industries while reducing government dependency on taxing wages and profits. Maybe it's time to revisit the origins of income tax. Initially introduced as a temporary measure to fund the world wars, the income tax has since evolved into a permanent fixture of modern fiscal policy. But its permanence was never part of the original plan. For decades, taxpayers have carried this burden while corporations with international operations have found ways to minimize their liabilities. The result? A widening gap between working-class contributions and corporate accountability. Shifting to a tariff-based revenue model could offer a more equitable system. Workers would retain more of their earnings, small businesses would benefit from a reduced tax burden, and foreign companies looking to sell goods domestically would effectively contribute to the host nation's economy. It would also encourage domestic innovation and production by leveling the playing field for local manufacturers. Maybe it's also time to eliminate the domestic tariffs imposed between the provinces of Canada. These internal trade barriers limit economic efficiency, increase costs for businesses, and create unnecessary hurdles for national growth. Removing them could unlock more seamless commerce within the country and strengthen the national economy from within. Of course, this transition wouldn't be without its challenges. Tariffs can lead to higher consumer prices, at least initially, and might strain diplomatic relations. However, if implemented strategically and transparently, the long-term economic advantages could outweigh the short-term costs. Tariffs could be adjusted based on trade partnerships, economic sectors, and national priorities, allowing for more control and flexibility than the current tax structure allows. Until then, tariffs remain what they have always been: political instruments that stir the pot, drive up prices, and leave the middle class worried about jobs and footing the bill. But with the right vision and courage, they could become something far more impactful: a pathway toward a fairer, more self-reliant economy.